Hi everybody, welcome into this week's My Weekly CBS Fix. The last 2 days was a holiday of Shavuos in which we accepted the Torah, and certainly going through the Torah there are many mitzvahs that we can do which connect us to Hashem, and many mitzvahs seem to be very hard for people to do. How can I do them when I'm not on that level? Maybe one day I'll at least maybe now start out with one thing, a small thing, whether it's lighting candles, whether it's saying a blessing. And some people may feel that these reasons are good excuses, for lack of a better word, to serve Hashem. In this week's parsha, though, we learned something that tells us that really nobody has any way out. There's a way to serve Hashem in a way that blows Hashem's mind, as it were, in our service towards Him. The verse says, Yisa Hashem panav elecha v'yosim l'cha shalom, that Hashem will carry His face, as it were, and He'll go with us, not according to the letter of the law. Now, the Torah says that Hashem usually will not carry face, it will not deal with us any better. He usually goes according to the rules. And the Malachi Hasharis, the ministering angel, said to Hashem, why is it that you carry favor with the Jewish people, even if they're not deserving? And Hashem responds back, how can I not? My Torah says, V'achalta b'savata v'rachta, you should eat, you should be satisfied, and then you should bless me. But the Jewish people, they're very stringent to even bless me, even for a kizayis, an olive-sized amount of food, or a kebeya, an egg amount of food, which means our obligation, according to Hashem, is really only if we have Kedei Sevilla, if we eat a certain amount that we should actually be satisfied. But we bench Hashem, we bless Hashem, even if we eat less than that. So Hashem says, if they do for me, how can I not do for them? Meaning, as we always know that Hashem always judges us and rewards/punishes us measure for measure, midah keneged midah. And according to how we are with Him, so He is with us. And since we as a nation always go beyond the call of duty for us, and we always want to reach out to Hashem and praise Hashem, even though we're not necessarily obligated to, because we have to eat much more, but we do it anyway. And so therefore we're learning over here the incredible, simple way to serve Hashem, yet at the same time the great obligation of always thanking Hashem and recognizing everything that He does for us. It is so incumbent upon us to thank Hashem because of how easy it is. The millions of miracles that happen in our body, the fact that we can eat, the fact that we can see, the fact that we can enjoy the food and that it tastes good, and the fact that it's able to exit our body painlessly, and the fact that we're able to breathe, the fact that we have red blood cells and white blood cells and millions of those blood cells are all working perfectly in precise fashion at the exact time that they're all called upon. So those are all things that are so simple to just simply, while you're sitting in your car, just thank Hashem that you have. Thank Hashem that you can breathe. And Hashem then says, listen to how much he or she is thanking me. How can I not in kind respond to that? And so therefore we have this great obligation because of how easy it is. And it's so easy. And as a matter of fact, the more and more we recognize how great Hashem is, the more we establish our connection to Him. It's like if you have a string and you attach it to something, it's a simple string and may not be too strong. But if you add another string and another string and then another string to that same connection, eventually you're going to have a thick rope, and which is something that's very hard to cut or very hard to separate the two objects that are attached. And with every time we thank Hashem for whatever it may be, we're adding another string. And therefore, while some of the mitzvahs may seem hard for us to do, the mitzvah of thanking Hashem and recognizing the good that He does for us at every single second of the day is very simple. So therefore, we can fill up our mitzvah tank pretty high. The more we talk to Hashem, the better. And therefore, I wish you all to be able to have the wherewithal, and to be able to count all the wonderful blessings that you have in your life. And with that, you'll know happiness. Have a great Shabbos. Thank you for listening.